Indiana Fever, belt to ass on the Las Vegas Aces.
Something too deliciously satisfying just happened in the WNBA. The Las Vegas Aces, led by four-time MVP Aja Wilson, got brutally destroyed,
beating them 89-73. A very convincing win for the Indiana Fever at the Aces in Las Vegas on their home court with their home referees. The Indiana Fever pulled off this victory.
It was supposed to be Aja's night to prove what the WNBA crowned her. But nope. Karma had other plans, and it literally slapped the league's face. As it was, Kelsey Mitchell, who stole the spotlight and burned the so-called Aja Wilson's show to ashes. If you think Kelsey deserved the MVP, then write, Kelsey deserves the MVP in the comments below. And now let's get into it.
I think, it's time. It's time to bring it out as a celebration to Kelsey Mitchell. When she scores, she makes the Fever sing. Kelsey on the wing. Kelsey, Kelsey on the wing. Every time she's on the ball, we know she'll take it to the hole. Our superstar from Ohio. What a fucking game.
But here's the funniest part. The Aces' nightmare didn't end on the court. Becky Hammon walked into the post-game interview clearly rattled. She fumbled through excuses and tried to cheaply defend her players.
And they just didn't go in. Like some great looks, to your point, Willie, in and out ones, they didn't go in. And it kind of was a snowball effect of those kinds of plays.
That little speech? Fever fans turned it into a ruthless comedy show. The internet lit up with memes and roasts, and it wasn't just fans. Even Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham dropped something so powerful that it left Aces fans speechless.
Sophie Cunningham with glasses, looking like a naughty school teacher, and then Caitlin Clark, of course, the engine in the middle, the catalyst, and they're all getting their clap on, clap on, clap off, the clapper.
All right, let me start right where all the drama began, the WNBA MVP story, because honestly, that's where this whole Fever versus Aces mess really kicked off. So, Aja Wilson gets called the 2025 MVP, fourth time. Yeah, history made. Clap, clap.
Aja Wilson shot 6 for 22 from the field on the night of her winning MVP. On the day of her winning MVP. This is insane.
But here's the part that cracked me up. Kathy and the voters gave her 657 votes, while Kelsey Mitchell only got 93. 93? I mean, come on. Are you kidding me? The comparison between the two is crystal clear.
Entire game, and Kelsey has just been absolutely awesome. Was the best player on the floor by a mile, and that's with Aja Wilson on the floor at the same time, who just won her 4th MVP. And
like, did everyone suddenly forget who's been carrying Indiana all season?
So, wow, where do we start? Kelsey Mitchell, disrespect is seen and felt. Y'all ain't slick. This, of course, was the voting. She got 93 votes for the MVP. Aja Wilson got 657.
And the way Aces fans were talking before the game? Man, it was like the Fever didn't even need to show up. Analysts on live TV were already saying, Aces are gonna win, Fever's nothing. They were so confident it almost sounded rehearsed.
Aces Fever game 1. We're not deciding the whole series right now, just game 1.
Should we do it together?
I think we should do it together.
Okay.
Because my spidey sense are telling me they might be the same. 3, 2, 1.
Aces.
They're not going to lose after she just won MVP.
Yeah, period.
But let me tell you, that setup, that was perfect. Because when everybody counts you out, that's when the real show begins. Before we get into it, if you think the Indiana Fever is about to crush this season, write Go Fever in the comments below. And the way the Fever destroyed the Aces? Oh man, that was the kind of show nobody even expected. Indiana walked into their first semifinal in 10 years and absolutely crushed it. Forget underdogs. They looked like the main event. Every analyst, every Aces fan, even Becky Hammon on the sidelines, all of them had the same stunned face, like somebody just unplugged their TV mid-game.
That is how you put hands and feet on the Las Vegas Aces. Aja Wilson exposed? Aja Wilson exposed?
The Fever didn't just win, they embarrassed the so-called champs. From offense to defense, they controlled every inch of that court. Every single Fever player came out roaring like they had something personal to prove.
No more excuses. No more none of that. No more, can the Fever win it all? Can they do this? Can they do that? And I'm here to tell you guys they got it done. And they made it look easy. They made it look very, very easy.
But leading that storm was the one and only Kelsey Mitchell. 34 points. Yeah, 34. She was cooking so easily that it almost felt unfair. 4 threes, slicing through defenders, hitting pull-ups like it was practice. After watching her game, the internet blew up instantly. Fans started yelling, "This is the real MVP." And honestly, they weren't wrong.
Kelsey Mitchell was absolutely on fire. Kelsey Mitchell, hit him with a midi, Kelsey.
Mitchell. Oh boy. What do you
Money
do
Mitch
about
was
that?
wet.
Even Stephanie White had to mention her afterward. Yep, the same Stephanie who just congratulated Aja Wilson on that shiny MVP trophy. Irony writes itself, doesn't it?
It's been incredible. I mean, Kels is just, she's one of a kind. She's somebody who can get a shot whenever she wants. She's somebody who can make plays, and she's very understated in how she does it. She kind of just quietly does her job. But what she's been able to do, for this team in the absence of those guys that you see over there on crutches and in braces and, all the different things has been incredible. She's put this team on her back. We've asked her to not just score, but to be a playmaker. We've asked her to be an elite defender, and she's stepped up to all of those challenges. And, she's just like, I got you. And she just does it.
But for me, Aaliyah Boston stole the night. She played with this fearless, powerful energy like nothing could touch her. And poor Nalissa Smith. Boston turned her into a highlight reel extra. Well, it looked cruel, but honestly, it was fun to watch.
Look what AB did to Nalissa Smith in the first quarter. Look at this. Boom. Easy work. This is an easy matchup for AB.
Boston and Natasha Howard smothered Aja Wilson so badly that she looked like she was stuck in quicksand. That's when it became crystal clear. The Aces are nothing without Aja. And even with her, she's not untouchable. And you know what I loved most about Boston? She described her defense in the most honest, hilarious way. Let me play the clip for you guys.
On the defensive end, I know it's no easy task to contain Aja Wilson, but what have you seen from you as well as the rest of the team on how you can make it difficult for her? Honestly, just trying to kind of be annoying a little bit. Because obviously Aja's a pretty great player, so for me, just trying to make sure my presence is felt. Thank you. Thank you.
Now talk about the fans' reaction, guys, because ever since this game, Fever fans have been on another level. They're making fun of the WNBA, clowning the Aces, and roasting Aja Wilson.
Aja Wilson, her MVP. Notice how you use quotes on that.
And some of these comments, they were simply
fans,
too good to
89
be
to 73. The Indiana Fever are in the semis, playing in Las Vegas, and take game 1 with ease. They dominate. Aja Wilson might have got the MVP trophy today, but Kelsey Mitchell showed us who the MVP is.
One fan wrote, "So now we know why Las Vegas turned off the lights. They can't win without the refs. Bye-bye, Aces." And that's why they gave the unlikable Aja Wilson the MVP. Another one said, "Shout out to the Fever for exposing the Aces frauds." And my favorite comment? Kelsey wanted to show the W who the real MVP is. MVP isn't just about scoring points. It's about impact. And Kelsey makes the difference every single night. Couldn't have said it better. But here's where it gets funny. Fans aren't just mad, they're connecting dots. They swear the WNBA has an agenda against Indiana. And honestly, tell me this doesn't look suspicious. Paige Buchers gets her Rookie of the Year moment on the Jennifer Hudson Show. Big lights, big stage.
Paige Buchers at J-Hud. Hey, shooting buckets, she's the one. Paige Buchers at J-Hud. Shooting buckets, she's the one.
Bet on the last person you thought you'd see on this.
And CTLIN Clark? She gets hers on a phone call. Yep, literally, congrats, Caitlin. Okay, bye no stage, no spotlight, nothing. Like ordering a pizza.
You just have somebody that wants to say a couple things really quick. So hi, Coach Sides. This is WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert. Do we have the team all together?
Hello. Yes, ma'am.
All right, I know you guys are in Connecticut. Well, but good luck to tomorrow's playoff game. And is Caitlin Clark in the room?
She sure is.
Yeah. Caitlin, it feels like just yesterday when I called your name to the stage as the #1 pick in this year's draft, you held the Indiana Fever jersey for the first time, and what a record-breaking season for you.
Paige Beckers made an appearance on the Jennifer Hudson show. And so Paige is doing this kind of hype line. She's kind of dancing. They're doing the Paige Beckers song. She's walking down. And then at the end of the tunnel is Kathy Engelbert. Kathy Engelbert is on set at the Jennifer Hudson show, and she's there to surprise Paige with her Rookie of the Year trophy. And so that is where Kathy presented Paige with the Rookie of the Year trophy. Unfortunately, when you see something like that, you can't help but think of what they did last year for Caitlin. Now, if you guys remember last year for the Rookie of the Year rollout, they absolutely butchered it. I don't know if they could have butchered it any more than they did.
And then this MVP mess. Aja Wilson gets her 4th trophy, while Kelsey Mitchell gets only 93 votes. 93. That's not just unfair, that's comedy at this point. It's like the league's allergic to giving Indiana players respect.
Wow, where do we start? Kelsey Mitchell disrespect is seen and felt. Y'all ain't slick. This, of course, was the voting. She got 93 votes for the MVP. Asia Wilson got 657. Really didn't matter now, did it?
But the best part? The Fever doesn't even care. Caitlin and Sophie were out here dancing, celebrating, posting like they just won the lottery.
Caitlin Clark just responded. Kelsey Mitchell was unreal. Caitlin Clark responds to Kelsey Mitchell performance as unreal.
They were having the time of their lives.
Sophie Cunningham, I was not familiar with your game. Wearing glasses. What? Wow. So that takes us to this. The bench mob in full effect. Red Kryptonite with glasses. Sophie Cunningham with glasses, looking like a naughty school teacher. And then Caitlin Clark, of course, the engine.
And that's the scary part for the WNBA. Yeah, Indiana's winning games, winning fans, and making fun of all the politics while they do it. But you know who's getting roasted the most after this game? Becky Hammon. Yep. The same Becky who's got a history of calling Indiana weak and taking little jabs at the Fever. And now, after this brutal loss, she looked like she wanted the press conference to end before it even started.
On a night maybe when it's not going in, but I thought she had some good looks. I thought all of us had some decent looks. I mean, like I said, the layups at the beginning, I mean, those are like momentum breakers in a bad way when it's like those shots were used to going in. And they just didn't go in. Like some great looks, to your point, Willie, in and out ones, you know.
She sat there trying to defend her players, saying things like, they don't usually play like this. They don't normally miss those shots. Yeah, Becky, we noticed. But let's be real. It wasn't about what your players didn't do. It was about what Indiana did do. The Fever didn't give them room to breathe, let alone play.
But she missed shots though. It wasn't Aaliyah Boston at all, y'all. She just missed shots. Hey, I promise you, man, you can't make this stuff up, dog.
So, while Becky tried spinning excuses, the rest of us were just watching the scoreboard, thinking, weak team? Really? Now, let's talk a bit about what's coming next, guys, because the Fever, they're not done yet.
Now, here's the thing. They've won in Vegas now. So, things have officially gotten very interesting for the Fever. Very interesting indeed. So, we'll have to see how this plays out.
They've won 3 straight playoff games. Back to back to back. And remember, this is the same team that analysts said wasn't even ready for the postseason. Yeah, about that. And Kelsey Mitchell, she just made history. 34 points in Game 1. She is now the first Fever player to drop 30-plus in the playoffs since 2012. 13 years, people. That's huge. And here's where it gets juicy. They're only 2 wins away from the finals. 2 games, and Indiana gets to do what no one believed they could. Yes, they may crash the biggest stage of the WNBA. So let me ask you, do you think the league is ready for that? Because I don't.
2 more wins. 2 more wins. And the Indiana Fever is headed to the WNBA Finals. Let that sink in for a second. The Indiana Fever only need to win 2 more games, and they will be in the WNBA Finals. And they stole the first of 3 today against the Las Vegas Aces, beating them 89-73. A very convincing win for the Indiana Fever at the Aces in Las Vegas on their home court with their home referees. The Indiana Fever pulled off this victory.
This is honestly the best time in history to be a Fever fan. The team's on fire, the fans are louder than ever, and the so-called agenda against them, it's just adding fuel. Every win feels like a giant slap in the face to the politics of the league. Now, as Indiana keeps advancing, fans can't help but worry. Will they actually pull off those last 2 wins? Will Kelsey keep cooking like this every night? Or will the WNBA pull another trick out of the bag to protect their favorites?
Woo! Hey, Aces, y'all might not get a game this series. Y'all might not win a game this series. I'm being for unless the referees help Asia get to the free throw line 17, 18 times a game, I don't see how y'all beat us. Y'all offense is not that explosive. It's literally Asia has to score 30 and Jackie has to score. Everybody, bro, we not worried about nobody else. We not worried about nobody else, man.
Whatever happens, one thing's for sure. Indiana isn't begging for respect anymore. They're taking it right in front of everyone. So that's the story, guys. The WNBA can hand out trophies, play their dirty politics, and keep hyping up their favorites. But at the end of the day, the scoreboard doesn't lie, and Indiana just proved it. This series isn't just basketball anymore, it's a statement. The Fever are fighting for more than wins, they're fighting for respect that should have been theirs long ago. So what do you think? Can they really pull it off and storm the finals? Or will the league step in again? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next.